Okay, hi guys. So I hope you are all done with your homework in from the previous lecture. So we'll just discuss what would be the configuration for the previous videos example, which was something like this: CO2H, OH, H, OH, H, and again CO2H. Okay, so we were discussing the configuration at this carbon atom. Okay, so obviously the highest priority group among for this carbon atom would be this would be the first priority because it directly contains oxygen atom. Next, whether this carbon is at higher priority or this carbon has high priority. So when you redraw CO2H structure, CO2H is something like this. So you have to break the double bond in C and O, and you'll see that it comes out something like this. Okay, so uh, at one place this group is attached, and on another side this group is attached, where you have, this is the carbon atom, you have OHC and CO2H. So which is at more priority. So if you look at it, there are, the first higher priority is O, which is also there in this carbon. The second is C, carbon atom C, but in this case there is oxygen atom here and there is oxygen atom here. So obviously this would be at more priority. Hence CO2H is at more priority. So this is the second priority, and this carbon is the third priority. So for this carbon, for this chiral center, you have a R because this is clockwise, but you have H as at its horizontal line, so this would be S. So the configuration for this carbon atom would be S. Okay, similarly we need to calculate the configuration for this carbon atom. So for this carbon atom, obviously this is the first priority, this is the second priority, and this is the third priority. So this would be this is R, but hydrogen atom lies on the horizontal line, so the configuration for this would be also S. Okay, so I hope you are following. Okay, the second example is we have to calculate the RNS for this compound by first converting it into Fischer projection. So this is the first carbon we are talking about. So this is the first carbon, CH3, H and B are here. Again, CH3 would be I hope you remember that for drawing the Fischer projection of any compound, the Sawhorst formula has to be in YY form. So first convert it into YY by having a rotation here. So by having a rotation here, H, which is the bottom, which is at down coming at you, will go at up going away from you, and BR, which was originally down going away from you, will come in up coming towards you, and CH3 would be the would come at the lower. So this would be something like H and BR. Okay, and for this is fixed only, HBr and CS3. Okay, so you need to calculate the RNS for this compound. So obviously you can easily calculate, this is the first priority, this is the second priority, so this would be something like this, S, but H is it on horizontal line, hence this would be R. And similarly for this carbon atom, you can see that first, second, so this would be something like this, but H is on horizontal line, so it would be reverse of this, which would be anti-clockwise, or S. So you can see that in this compound, I just redraw it. In this compound, you can see that H, BR, H. You can see that we are just finding the mirror image of each other. The carbon atoms are just the mirror image of each other. Okay, so obviously they have to be in opposite configuration RNS, as we have seen in the previous video lecture, that the enantiomers would have, that are enantiomers are the stereocenters which are mirror images of each other, hence they would have R, if one is R configured, then another would be S configured. Okay, so I hope you are following till now. So let us take into look into third example, where we have ClHCH3 HCH3 and Cl. So its Fischer projection would be CH3 ClH here and CH3 HCl here. Okay, so what would be the configuration? The configuration for this would be this is the first, this would be the second, this would be the third. So this, but you know, H is on the vertical line or on the horizontal line, so this is S, so it would be opposite of S, which is called R. So as you can, one way of saying the configuration of this compound is, as these two are not mirror images of each other, so this has to be the same R. So let's verify also whether we are thinking in the right direction or not. So this is the first priority, this is the second priority. So this should be the anti-clockwise, but hydrogen is on horizontal line, or the least priority atom is on horizontal line, so this should be reverse of S, which is R. So our assumption was right, as these two are not mirror images of each other, the configuration remains the same. Wherein if these two carbon atoms were mirror images of each other, the configuration would be just opposite. Okay, so let's look at the fourth example. We have, and finally, okay, so HCl H for fluorine, BRH, and obviously CS3 and CS3. Okay, so let's draw the Fischer projection for this compound. The Fischer projection would be BRH, HF, HCl, and CS3 here again. So what would be the configuration for this carbon? So the configuration would be nothing but first priority, second priority. So this should be S, but H is on hydrogen line, so this configuration is R. Similarly, you can calculate, all would come out to be R. Okay, so let's look at the last example for this video lecture. So we have something like this. H, SH, and then we have CHO over here. This is the Newman projection. So just convert it into Fischer projection, you will get something like H and SH over here, and on the previous carbon, or on the backside carbon, you just have to rotate this bond so as to CHO comes below the plane. So this SH will come on the left hand side, and this H will come on the right hand side. As you can see, these two are mirror images of each other, hence you just have to find the configuration of this and just reverse the configuration for the above carbon. So the configuration for this would be, this would be the first priority, this would be the second priority, hence this should be ideally R, but H is on the horizontal line, so this should be S, and these two are mirror images of each other, hence this would be R. Okay, so I was previously thinking to end the video lecture here, but let us take some more examples, because it's getting interesting from now on. So just remember this important concept, that maximum carbon should be on the vertical line in Fischer rule, right? So before I go into this, let me write a note that maximum carbon atoms on vertical line in Fischer projection. Okay, Now let's look at the sixth example, wherein you have to make Fischer projection for this in order to calculate its RS. This is coming towards you. This is CS3. Again, you have something like this. BR comes towards you, and you have CS3 or H going away from you. Okay, so let's draw the Fischer projection for this. You know the trick. Just rotate this to form a conformer in which CS3 grows below the plane so as to include the above mentioned point. So BR comes here for the second carbon, H comes here, CS3, H and BR. So let's calculate the RNS. So you know that these are not the mirror images of each other, so whatever be the configuration for this carbon remains valid for this carbon as well. So order would be 1, 2 and 3. Ideally it should be S, but hydrogen is on the horizontal line, so it should be R. Similarly it would be R. Okay, so now let us look at the last example. Here we have something like this H is here, and we have this. So you know the trick. You have to rotate this bond so that the CS3 here should come below the plane for the first carbon atom. So if CS3 comes below the plane, Cl would go to the left, H will come to the right. Similarly, Cl, H, CS3. So you know that in this compound of this is already a mirror image, so you just have to calculate the configuration of this carbon atom and then just reverse it for this carbon atom. So the priority goes like this. This is the highest priority, this is the second priority, so it should be R, but hydrogen is on the vertical line, or the least priority group, sorry, not on the vertical line, least priority group also is on the horizontal line, hence this would be S and this would be R. Okay, so in the next lecture we'll be seeing in depth the definition of stereo centers, some examples on it, and we'll be combining geometrical isomers and optical in case of stereoisomers, and then calculating the overall number of stereoisomers for a given compound. So till then, good luck and goodbye.